Welcome back. Many Canadians step up to the challenge when it comes to feeding those in need. Romero House in St. John, New Brunswick is no exception. But when COVID hit this past spring, Romero House needed to quickly shift to a new way to reach those they serve. Joining me now to share how they have served in COVID is Evelyn McNulty, Executive Director of Romero House. So Evelyn, first of all, thank you so much for joining me. I have to disclose to viewers, I was born in St. John, so when I heard of your organization, all the good works you do, it brought really a strong warmth to my heart because I have a personal connection to your town. So thank you again for joining, and can you please explain to our viewers what is the usual mandate of Romero House?
Okay, so Romero House is primarily a soup kitchen, and we serve meals every day of the year and have been doing so in St. John for the last 38 years.
Okay, and on average, say in a given year, how many meals do you serve?
Okay, so that has varied over the years. As poverty has become a bigger issue in St. John, that number has grown. However, last year we served 82,000 meals in Romero House, and with COVID, our numbers have gone up significantly.
So how significant, may I ask?
So we're at a really strong 30% increase in the amount of meals that we're serving, which is quite significant.
Wow. And in your opinion, why has that need spiked?
I think the need has spiked because there are a lot of people who are living on the edge prior to COVID, and with people having reduced hours at work, people having increased expenses with COVID, and not being able to make ends meet. So there's no flexibility in your power bill or your rent, but there is in your food budget.
Right.
And so I think people are taking advantage of that.
My goodness. So in some ways, obviously, that's devastating. Well, it is devastating to know that there has been an increased need. I am, although on the other side of that, happy to hear that Romero House has been able to rise to that occasion to help serve more. How has COVID impacted the delivery of meals, and how have you been able to work around that?
Okay, so with COVID, on March 17th, we went from a dine-in service to a takeout service, which is quite significant. We also, on our normal basis, have about 120 regular volunteers who volunteer their time, have schedules every Monday. We have a crew every Tuesday, that kind of thing. And with COVID, we had to send all the volunteers home as well because most of those people are retired people and they were at risk. With that, 9 of us stayed in the building. And for the first 6-7 months of COVID, 9 of us carried the load of 120. So that was quite significant. The workload was quite heavy. Having things put into a container to go out a window is not the same as serving in a dining room. And so that was a big learning curve for us on how to do that. And on top of that, with the increased numbers, that was quite difficult. But St. John is an amazing city. And even with all those rises in our workload and rises in the amount of food that we're producing and putting out the window, St. John has answered the call, and we've never gone without.
My goodness. So first of all, congratulations for managing to step up to the plate and then some. I can only imagine, like as you said, 30% increased demand, yet 120 volunteers down to 9. Plus the mode of delivery now, you're having to package things and deliver it to a window, not dine in. That's a higher expense to package all these things. How have you been able to cope with the expense of all this?
Now, Romero House operates solely on free will donations. We're not funded by anybody. We never have been in our 38 years. And the community is great. Romero House's needs are always been filled. We are basically the stewards of what is given to us, and we fairly distributed things without the community, and we've never been without. So,
and for our viewers, because not everybody who watches the show is in New Brunswick, how is the COVID lockdown now, and do you foresee this continuing to be a different way of delivering the needs to those who are in need?
For sure, in Romero House, we will be as a takeout service until COVID is well in hand. There's no way we could have that kind of numbers come in through our building and out in a timely manner and have people maintain a safe distance and whatnot. New Brunswick's done very, very well with COVID and in maintaining a really, really low level of infection rate in the province. And I think that's a real testament into a community and how a community works together to keep things working for everybody. We're all looking out for each other.
So if there are people in Canada, both local and abroad, or local and coast to coast, who want to help support Romero House, if you're local, I suppose they can't volunteer, but if you live, say, in Vancouver and you want to help out Romero House, where can they go for more information or to donate?
So Romero House does not have a website, but we do have a Facebook page. And every night I've been posting at a little out the window blog where I talk about what we've done, what we've served, how many meals we've served, what we've served out the window. So people can go on that site and find out what we're doing and what we're about.
Wonderful.
You can donate online through Canada Helps or by mail.